React to your comments, people. Once again, the We Are Tottenham Army absolutely loving life in our comments section. And let's see what they've served up for us today.
All right, first up, Lizelle says, I've been saying this since he joined. Stick Van der Ven up front. He's been saying it. We're just not listening. Van der Ven has been scoring goal after goal, and we've got the blinkers on. We're not seeing the vision. We've got Haaland in our team, and we're not using him.
How many goals would he be on right now if he was up front?
He would be on 20 goals. He'd be up there with Haaland. He'd be in 12 goals in 12 games.
Incredible. I mean, who starts left centre-back then?
Who starts? Doesn't matter.
Haven't thought that far.
Who cares who's starting left centre back when you've got a striker scoring in 12 consecutive games?
Yeah, it's true.
We've got Haaland ready and waiting in our team, and we don't even know it.
Erling Van der Ven.
They say he's the Haaland of centre backs. Maybe he is the Haaland of strikers.
Maybe he's better than Haaland.
Maybe he's better than Haaland. He could be faster.
He is faster.
He's faster. And who locked him up when he was at the Etihad? Van der Ven.
Yeah.
It's because he knows how he thinks, because he's a striker at heart.
Yeah, 100%. Get Mickey up front.
God. I would like to see just like a few games where you're just playing a through ball to Mickey and how he does it. Honestly.
Bro, there is no, we really should be doing it like when we go to Anfield.
Yeah,
or
just
like
put him up front.
when we go to the Etihad or something like that. Maybe throw a curveball. Shall we throw a curveball at the Emirates?
Just do it. Exactly. They'll never see it coming. They'll think we'll put Dan Romero there. They'll think, they're going back free. No. Van der Ven's going up front there.
And he'll get a hat trick.
We'll see how good your Saliba is when you got Van der Ven running for on goal, mate. Yeah, I don't know. I am curious because I think he's so quick, so strong, and he's clearly got a good finish. But is it too radical to ever take him out of a position he's playing so well in? But look, Frank, he's a master profiler. If anyone could see the vision, it's Lizelle and Thomas Frank.
Yeah. I think he's doing fine at centre-back, everyone. He scored 6 goals from centre-back. I think he's doing fine. Let's just keep him there.
How many more goals before you say, okay, enough's enough, you have to put him up?
Let's get him to 20 goals this season.
All right, 20 goals. Bandito says, this only becomes a turning point for Spurs if Frank learns from it. Injuries forced him to pick a different lineup. Praising him for a win versus a second-rate Danish side is laughable. Let's see what he does against United and Arsenal before making big claims. First of all, they're a first-rate Danish side. If we're going as Danish sides go, they're a first-rate Danish side, not a second-rate one. Surely. Injuries forced him to make changes? Is that true?
Well, it forced him to leave Kudus out.
Okay, true. But but is leaving? I guess I did have a theory about Kudus, but can we really say leaving Kudus out was what led to us looking better? I mean, it's possible. It is possible. I wouldn't say like. Does
Kudus get that first goal?
Maybe not. But did we play? My point would be, did we play with that intent and that those passages are played because Kudus wasn't there? I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Well, it might not be true, but look, you did bring that point up before the game, and also our 2 most fluid games have come without Kudus.
It's true, but I wouldn't say like injuries forced him for a different lineup. That's why we look good. I just think we look better, first of all, because of the opposition, because we set up a bit differently. I think we would have set up that way anyway, regardless whether Kudus or Johnson was there.
Yeah. No, I think if you'd say like it would have been a much changed performance, we wouldn't have won 4-0 if Kudus wasn't on the... We might have even won more than 4-0 if Kudus was on the pitch. But I think that... I don't really like the kind of narrative like says like you can't give him praise because of the opposition that we played. Like we've seen, like I said in the match review, we've seen us play lesser opposition and we haven't looked as dangerous and create as many chances as we did in midweek. You know, Chelsea went to bloody Karabag last night and they drew 2-2. They couldn't beat, where are they from? Azerbaijan. You know what I mean? If we drew 2-2 to Azerbaijan, our fan base would be an absolute meltdown. So you could only beat what's in front of you. We had Copenhagen. We smashed them off the park 4-0. It could have been 10-0. So you've got to give them praise. Maybe it's not a turning point. Maybe it's fair to say that, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, he says, let's see what he does against United and Arsenal for making big claims. What big claims were made?
No big claims were made.
Well, no. Why is celebrating a win all of a sudden you're saying, oh, big claims, you're getting ahead of yourself? Yeah, well, we're happy with the win. We're happy how we played. And it's a step forward in terms of how we're looking. Doesn't mean it, but in the grand scheme of things, yes, if we go and play the next 5 games badly, we're not really going to turn around here and say, yeah, but against Copenhagen 5 games.
You're not allowed to be happy.
That's obviously, I agree with that. But yeah, I'm happy with the win. There's no one's making a big claim. No one's saying this is it, we're back, this is Tottenham. Like, no one's been saying that.
But are we back?
We're back. Yeah. Now we're saying it. We weren't saying it before. Heli Sapo says, the next 2 comments are 2 different sides of the Richarlison argument. The first one from Heli Sapo says, isn't he the designated penalty taker? Not to pour cold water over this, but like, are we seriously at the point of hating someone for doing what they've been told to do? And then Andre Toe 5842 says, absolutely agree. Dane Scarlett made the penalty. He should have had the grace to let Scarlett take the penalty. He's just a greedy, self-serving, useless lump trying to notch up his own numbers through other people's efforts. For God's sake, just go. So Heli stopped saying, why are we going in on Richarlison for doing what he's told to do? But Andre is saying he's greedy and he is trying to boost his own numbers from other people's work.
So, like, you could say the same for any penalty taker in world football, you know what I mean? How many times did Harry Kane score a penalty from someone else's good work?
He boosted his own numbers from other people's work.
You know what I mean? That's a ridiculous comment, in first and foremost. And I agree in terms of, like, why is everyone going so mad about Richarlison taking the penalty? Because he was probably the designated penalty taker on the day. And as much as I wanted Dane Scarlett to take it, completely understood why Richarlison took it as well. Mm-hmm. And, like, we know that Richarlison is kind of off form at this moment in time. He needs to get his confidence back up. Obviously, missing a penalty is not the best way to do it, but he wanted to put the ball in the back of the net, and I commend him for stepping up and taking it low on confidence. Unfortunately, he didn't put it in the back of the net, but I completely understand why he took the penalty. Yeah,
I understand it. At the time when we were doing the watch along, I was definitely annoyed because I did want Dane to take it. I have to say, like, I think we all wanted Dane to take it. I think in a perfect world, Richarlison grabs the ball, he gives it to Dane and says, "Go on, mate. You're at home. First chance to get a Champions League goal for your boyhood team." I think we all wanted to see that. But on the flip side, I completely understood Richarlison wanted the penalty for his own numbers, and he wanted it, and he's lacking in form. I obviously get that as well, and it's his. The other day, it's his prerogative. If he wants to take it, he's a penalty taker. That's what was clearly been decided. So I'm not going to sit here and say, because I saw some people on the fans were saying he's unprofessional. In fact, that is professional. Him saying it's the opposite of unprofessional because he's doing what he's been told to do. That's the job, and that's the hierarchy of the penalty takers at that point in time. So I don't have a problem with it, but I did want Dane to take it.
I saw Rocco came on the fan show and says, I don't ever want to see him in a Spurs shirt again.
Yeah, some people are really laying into it.
I think it's so over the top, man. All this stuff about Richarlison and the penalty thing.
They said the same with Tell. I think Tell stopped Brennan getting a hat-trick, didn't he? And last season they said, Tell's a disgrace. Brennan could have had a hat-trick. Like Tell as well needed the goal though as well.
Yeah.
I remember that time.
Look, I think it's just a bit too much made out of nothing really here with Richarlison. The reality is, if Richarlison was on form, nobody would be saying anything about this penalty on Richarlison. No. That's the whole thing.
Although the only thing I would say is, you remember last season, Maddison let Richarlison take a penalty.
Yeah.
Because he knew Rishi was off form. And I remember they had a bit of an argument. Maddison was like, no, I'm the penalty taker. I'm taking this penalty. And then after he took a breath, he was like, okay, Rishi, I'll allow you to take it.
Yeah.
So I was hoping Rishi would have learned from that.
Yeah.
And allowed Dane to do the same. But he didn't.
But the problem is, Richarlison, stepping up for this penalty was in the same moment as when he stepped up for the last penalty.
Right.
Struggling for form, needing a goal to boost his confidence. And that's the reality. So he kind of gave the penalty to himself because he's the one struggling for confidence.
I also think there's also doubly as bad because he didn't score.
Yeah,
and he missed. I
exactly.
think if he did score, no one's really talking about this.
Yeah,
because he missed on top of not letting Dane take it, then it's like a double whammy.
Yeah. Look, as much as we wanted Dane to take it, it is what it is. Richarlison's a penalty taker. It would have been nice. It would have been a nice thing for him to do. He didn't do it. I don't think we can have too many problems with it.
Yeah, I agree. But it's also like we're given the excuse of Richarlison also needs a goal for his confidence, but he didn't even get the goal for his confidence. So for a lot of people, that excuse goes out the window. But it's still a valid excuse because you don't know you're not going to score.
Yeah.
Chelsea trash. I'm guessing
That's a name I can get behind.
Oh no, sorry, Chelsea are trash.
That's a better name that I can get behind. Come on.
He says, as soon as Richie came on, I walked into my kitchen to grab a drink from my fridge, and the first thing I hear from the commentator is that Richie was on the floor. God, he makes me angry with how bad of a footballer he is.
It does frustrate the hell out of me how he just spends so much time on the floor. Like, in that Chelsea game when he came on, I think he must have spent more time on the floor than he did actually on his feet. Like,
and that Newcastle game as well, he did as well, where he was trying to finish those chances.
He is one of the most frustrating players to watch at times. Like, you look at the first 3 games when he played this season, he was just fantastic. Like, you know he's got it in him to be such a good footballer. Like, the way he was dropping deep, knitting the play together, hold up play, finishing a bit. Like, he had everything to his game those first 3 games, but since then he has been appalling. Like, that's the reality.
I watch old clips of him at Everton, and he used to just do things that we just don't see at all in a Tottenham shirt. Like, he used to be so confident taking people on. He used to get a challenge and stay up and like be able to shrug people off. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if these injuries have taken its toll on him or whatever's happened physically to him. But it seems he just seems shot. And I think we got a small glimpse of how he can be when he's at his physical peak. But it just seems as though, I don't know what's happened to him, but he can't seem to sustain it. And we've even seen like even when he can sustain it for maybe a couple months, he then breaks down again and ends up being injured. Now, he has stayed fit, to his credit, for the first few months of the season, which is, you know, more to be said than he has done for the past couple of seasons. But we're not seeing him at his physical peak. Maybe that's how he's staying fit, because he's not like really going for it like he used to. But then we're not seeing the best Richarlison when he doesn't go for it. So it's like a vicious cycle, I feel. And I kind of feel for him, because I was just watching those old clips of him at Everton. I was like, where is this guy? This guy is not here anymore. And it's sad to think about. And maybe it's a case of it'll never happen.
It's funny because you're watching these old clips of Richarlison at Everton, like you're watching kind of like old Gareth Bale clips. Like, oh, this player, man.
He used to be so good at Everton. Like, he used to just not even just like the goals he scored, just like his general play, like his ability to hold people off and shrug off challenges. And now this is what we're talking about. Like, he's just on the floor the whole time now, and he's like any touch and he's like goes over. And that wasn't the Richarlison that used to be at Everton.
Look, I've said it on a number of occasions. I'm a fan of Richarlison in terms of how he conducts himself, his mentality. I like his aggression on the pitch. But I've said it for a while now. I think it's time for him to move on. I think it is time for him to move on now. I think we need to move on.
Yeah, look, I think unfortunately, if we're not going to see the best of him, he has to go. That's the reality. But I feel bad for him, because I wonder if a lot of it is to do with some stuff about his body that obviously we don't know about as fans, and they're going to know in the medical room. And I wonder if there's stuff going on there.
He's been through a lot since being at Spurs, with the mental health issues, with the physical issues. Like, it has been kind of non-stop problems for Richarlison since he's joined Spurs. And we've never seen him consistently at his best. We've seen like moments, and we've seen kind of runs where he's looked really good at times and scored some really good goals and consistent goals, but we've never got it over the course of a whole season since he's come. So look, he had that run in the Europa League last season, won us a trophy, he played a massive part in winning us a trophy last season. So I think it's time to say our goodbyes.
I think when you took just his time under Ange and his goals to minute ratio, it was actually really good.
Fantastic, yeah.
Like, really good. But this season, obviously, he had a really strong start, but the goals have really dried up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
In Bako Mateng, I don't know, Mbako Mateng says, Sim's ratings sometimes can be appalling. So Romero on a 7, according to you, was the poorest Spurs player, the defender who kept a clean sheet and assist for a goal. I did admit on the ratings I probably should have given him an 8, but I think everyone was first of all, Vicario got a 6, so he wasn't the poorest player. I want to correct you. I just felt he wasn't as involved. It's not nothing to do with Romero playing badly. He had a good game. It was quite quiet because we were attacking a lot and he didn't have as much to do as most of the other players because we had a lot of possession. But look, he did have a good game. If me giving him a 7 is me like saying he had a bad game, it's not. Obviously, I think he played well. Yeah, he probably should have got an 8. Fair enough. He probably should have got an 8.
Doing Romero day, like I said to you on the player ratings, if he's not an excellent, because it's going to be because of that rating, because of you.
Oh, we never did it for October, did we?
No, we need to do that, yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Well, thanks for reminding us. DJ Mick now says, I watched Son and Van de Ven's goal back and timed them. Son scored 11 seconds flat after receiving the ball. Van de Ven scored in 9.8 seconds after receiving the ball. Score meaning after the ball crossed the goal line.
That's pretty mad. 9.8 seconds.
9.8 seconds.
From the edge of our box. From the edge of our box to... I can't remember how many yards there. Someone brought it up on X.
It was 67...
0.7 or something. Was it 57.7 or 67?
Kilometres, wasn't it? No, not kilometres. No, that... How fast was it? How far is it? How far is it from one edge to the penalty area to the other?
But regardless, I mean, to do it faster than Son,
because Usain Bolt is 100 meters in 9 point something seconds. So I'm trying to work out what that would be for if you extrapolate Van de Ven.
95 yards, people are saying in the comments.
95 yards. So he did 95 yards in 9.8 seconds.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So, how is that compared to Usain Bolt? He done 100 meters in 9.7.
So how many meters in a yard, or the other way around?
How many meters in a yard? Need ChatGPT for this. Anyone know? Anyone know how? If you extrapolate how fast he did, how fast is he doing 100
1
meters?
yard is 0.9144 meters.
So that's close.
Mm.
So 90. How many?
If you're doing, 95 yards in how long?
In 9.8 seconds. How fast are you doing 100? How fast will you run 100 meters?
What was Usain Bolt?
9.3 or 9.4 something.
So ChatGPT says, if you're doing 95 yards in 9.8 seconds, how fast will you run 100 meters? ChatGPT says, so...
11.28.
11.28 seconds.
You could be a 100-meter sprinter.
But the thing is, that wasn't even Mickey Van de Ven at full pelt. Like,
no, it wasn't.
He could run faster than that.
So so you get him some training. He could take on Usain Bolt's record. Incredible. 11.28. I mean, 2 seconds in running time is significant, but when you're talking about somebody who's not even a professional runner, I mean, to be 2 seconds short of Usain Bolt, that's bad.
Yeah, it is mad.
And he did it with the ball at his feet and he scored.
With the ball at his feet, yeah. And with an unbelievable finish as well.
Oh, my God. That's actually madness when you put into that. Only a bit quicker than Sonny as well. So big up to... that commenter for that little nugget. Too darn soulful. Says, Sim, calm down, mate. We beat Copenhagen, for fuck's sake. Let's see Xavi mix it with United before we claim he's yet another messiah.
Yes, Sim, calm down, mate. Calm down.
He's not the messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
What is everyone saying? Why can't Spurs fans just enjoy a
say?
good performance and a good win?
What did I say after Copenhagen that makes you comment that?
You were trying to calm everyone else down before the Copenhagen game.
Exactly, saying he's terrible. I thought he had a good game. I was really happy with how he played. He showed his quality. Yes, it's only Copenhagen. He should have had probably a hat-trick with assists. He only ended up with 1. It was a great game. That's what it was. What am I supposed to say?
So do these commenters just want to see, like, after that Copenhagen game, do they just want to see us say, like, Xavi Simons, we can't comment on his performance today because it was against Copenhagen, so we'll just move on.
Just move on, exactly. Doesn't mean anything. Well, this guy thinks so. Marcus Marcus Senach says, this only proves one thing, that Xavi would do well in the Danish league.
Xavi will do well. I'm sure he would smash it in the Danish league. Xavi Simons.
That's what Mark Senach says. Apparently, that's the only thing it proves.
Yeah, that's the. I don't get these people, man. Like, just be happy. Like, enjoy the good things when you see them. That's it.
Like, but why can't I say Xavi played well? Why is that a bad thing to say? I never called him the next Messiah. I think he's a very good player and could be a big player for us, but I don't like why. I don't know what makes you comment something like that, because I said he had a good game.
Yeah.
When did I say he's the next Messiah? I don't know. He's the next Messi. That's different. He is.
Messi is the Messiah.
It's true. Absolutely.
So you basically did say he's the next Messiah.
The next Messiah.
So that it, yeah? No more comments?
That's it.
All right, well, that is your comments. Funny as always, guys. Always ready to try and catch Tottenham Hotspur, ourselves, and everyone else out. But we'll be back, obviously, soon with some more comments, reactions. We're going to finish off the stream with some fun quiz